I'm Landon Long of InterviewMastermind.com, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to attract better firms by becoming the Navy SEAL of corporate life. Seth Godin, also known as the ultimate entrepreneur of the information age, says, "I define sheepwalking as the outcome of hiring people who have been raised to be obedient and giving them a brain-dead job and enough fear to keep them in line. What he describes is the employee I call the refugee. For refugees, their job is nothing more than a way to keep a roof over their heads and save themselves from the hardship of reality. Sound familiar? But a new kind of employee I call the Navy SEAL is emerging, and if you want to make it in today's world, you have to join their ranks." Many people call this infiltrator into the millennial workforce the intrapreneur. A fine representation of the soldier elite amongst our ranks, the intrapreneur is an entrepreneur in an employee's body. Perhaps they want the security of a solid paycheck over their head and the solid rungs of a corporate ladder to climb, rather than investing their energy into a business that may or may not succeed. But whatever keeps them on the payroll, these super employees think about their job a lot different than the average citizen. And in the end, their salary reflects this dedication. If you want to succeed in the future workforce, this is the mentality you need to cultivate. Forward-thinking firms are embracing that soldier employee who will carry the torch and doesn't need a pacifier or a blankie to make it through the work week. Think Bourne Identity meets Office Space. Like an elite soldier, the new office worker sets their sight on goals and pushes forward with an intensity that would make a drill sergeant proud. In order to secure their future, they work extra hours and push themselves beyond the limit, often without even asking for overtime pay. For an entrepreneur, their career is a business. They carefully form networks within and without the company, cultivating the kinds of relationships needed to make things happen. They strive for change within a company, and I'm not talking about the kinds of changes like getting a better coffee maker or anything. I'm talking about the kinds of changes that put a company's profit through the roof and that will carve out a competitive edge in their respective industry. Industry-shaking changes. They actively seek opportunities to innovate and expand, taking their employer's assets as seriously as if they own them themselves. An entrepreneur recognizes something that many modern employees have simply never grasped. No matter where we choose to focus our energy in order to get bread on the table, we are directly responsible for our results in the name we build for ourselves. The typical refugee doesn't stand a chance against this type of go-getter. We're not just talking about a more productive worker, we're talking about a freak of nature. Okay, before I scare you back under the rock you crawled out from under, all hope is not lost. You can be the new employee too, and in fact, I would stress that in the new economy, if you want to work in the corporate world, you absolutely must become that freak of nature. Doesn't sound like too much fun to be the Terminator in your organization, does it? Reconsider. The me psychology we've brought into the new millennium does not lead to the good life self-esteem advocates claim. In fact, what that kind of narcissism and self-involvement leads to is depression, and your constant focus on what you're going to get out of every situation is alienating at best. What a human being thrives on is change and personal growth, achievement. Our parents may have taught us to just do the best we can and do whatever makes us happy, but what that kind of thinking does is breed laziness and a weak drive. Achievement builds good habits for future achievements, gives you a sense of worth, and provides a purpose in what could otherwise be a meaningless life. We are on the brink of a drastic change in absolutely every single aspect of the way we do business and conduct our professional lives. The new economy has arrived. The recession has hit everyone, but it has hit no one like the corporations that we love to hate, who ironically also sustained our cush lifestyles and provided for our futures for so long. The way we did business in the past was simply inefficient. Due to a lax educational system and lax hiring processes in our companies, slackers who knew how to talk themselves up were getting the good jobs. And they became slacker employees, sitting around playing on Facebook and watching porn while they clocked in. Employers inadvertently encouraged the bad habits we learned in school, such as cramming for game day and then returning to just getting by after it was over. But businesses are wising up to the refugee mentality. Now they are changing the way they make hiring decisions. Now doing things like telling an employer your ideal job provides a steady paycheck and job security is about as bad as strolling in with your sleeping bag and a cardboard box sign that says, "We'll pretend to work for food." They know the old worker doesn't give a damn about what the business's goals are. It's nothing more than something to snicker about after employee pep talks, much like young kids talking behind their teacher's back. but the old employee is fast becoming old news. Tighter times means tightening up the loose ends, which means hiring employees who deliver and firing employees who don't, as well as learning to recognize the characteristics so those types don't get hired again, and so the soldiers advance in the ranks and the others fall off. You are in training. You are training to live the life of your dreams, and if you want that dream to become a reality, it's time to become a Navy SEAL. Start cultivating the habits right now, or you will be facing a harsh reality 6 months from now, waking up jobless and still nursing your parents' financial nipple, possibly even living in their basement still. Take your future into your own hands. Take your organization's future into your own hands. Not only will your current employer recognize your energy and reward you, at least in the long run, but when interviewing, if you are serious about cultivating this mindset, prospective employers will sense that vibe. This is what the best firms are looking for. Send the video game playing cubicle rats home where they can complain about how outsourcing ruined their lives or how corporate America took away the umbilical cord. This is what we are about here at InterviewMastermind.com. We have the tools and techniques to help you establish this Navy SEAL entrepreneur type of mindset. By employing the most revolutionary findings in the fields of neuro-linguistic programming and motivational psychology, we can teach you to leverage your brain and the power of subconscious social interaction to establish lifelong habits for success. A new way of thinking, a new way of working, and a new way of life. Your world is about to change. Welcome to the boot camp, folks. We'll give you everything you need to be the ultimate employee. So if you're tired of having problems with getting interviewed or getting hired in today's recession, then go to www.interviewmastermind.com/free course and sign up to get my special 4-part mini course on how to get your resume to stand out in a slow economy. If you sign up, I'm also going to throw in 4 free issues of my Advanced Interview Secrets newsletter, and the first one will get sent to your email right away. So don't delay and go visit interviewmastermind.com/free course and stay tuned for the next episode of Job Interview Tips That Work. Again, this is Landon Long of InterviewMastermind.com, and thanks for watching.